So these days, texting is everywhere. In fact, you're probably doing it right now. Stop for a few minutes. But did you know that texts stay with you for a long, long time, even after you click delete on your phone? And that has some serious implications, especially for people like Tiger Woods, who are embarking on the path of divorce. So here to explain is divorce attorney Barry Finkel. Good to see you. Good morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you send a text and you hit delete, but oh, no. It could still come back to bite you, huh?
Most people believe that once you hit a delete button, whether it's the sender or it's the receiver, think that that text message is gone forever. That's not the case. Your wireless cell phone providers can maintain those messages for 30 days or longer.
Let's talk specifically about divorce cases. That's your area of expertise. I send a text to my now ex-wife, or I send a text to my girlfriend on the side, or whatever the case may be. These are now admissible in court, correct?
They are admissible just like letters or emails if those text messages can be authenticated. And what I mean by that is it would be your burden to prove that that text message came from the telephone that belongs to the person that you're trying to use it against. You would have to show that that telephone was in possession of that person when the text message was sent, so that the court believes that that text message is actually authentic and was actually sent or received by that person.
Is it fairly easy to prove all that, or is it difficult to prove all that?
No, it's fairly easy to prove that. You know, you can attach a telephone number to a person fairly easily, and that person is not likely going to say, well, somebody else sent that text message, because then you can take a deposition or question the person who they are claiming had possession of the phone, and more than likely that person is not going to go along with the with the plan and say, oh yes, I have the telephone, when they actually didn't.
Right. Well, in cases that you've worked on, you don't have to give me specifics, but have you seen instances where this has happened, where one party has sent inappropriate text or threatening text, or whatever the case may be, and then you track them down and you use them in the court?
They are used most often in divorce cases when somebody believes that their spouse may be involved in an affair. And for the most part, it really is not relevant, and because in order for it to be relevant that somebody may be having an affair, you would have to show that there's some economic consequence, but it's used more for embarrassment purposes. So you'll see a lot of requests for text messages for production of during the production of document phase of the case, or you can see subpoenas sent to the phone company to try to get those text messages, which the phone company maintains. So they are used more for embarrassment, unless there are other forms of communication in those text messages. For example, I can't wait for our vacation, I can't wait to see you with dinner tonight, because once you start spending money in furtherance of that affair, then it becomes admissible.
And what about expanding it out a little bit, not just text messaging? You have, BlackBerry instant messaging, and you have emails, and you have IMs, things of that nature. All this stuff is fair game?
This is an evolving area of the law. Text messages like instant messaging, BlackBerry messaging is now going to be admissible in court, again, if you can authenticate those communications.
You look at what's going on with Tiger Woods and whether or not there might be a divorce case. People have been speculating. We don't know yet. But one of the things that came out, he sent texts to Jamie Grubbs, and they were in the newspapers. They've been made public. Again, this is something that's already been made public, so this is something that could theoretically come up in a court.
Again, for more embarrassment purposes than for evidentiary value in a case. For Tiger Woods' purposes, I think that that's exactly what it's there for, to embarrass him. And unfortunately, the public is not the courtroom, and while they may not be admissible in a courtroom, newspapers and other forms of publications will more than happily produce those documents and disclose those to the public.
All right, Barry Finkel, good to meet with you. I would text you my thanks, but I'm afraid that it may come back to bite me.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
And for more information about how text messages can stay with you, visit southflorida.com and click on the Go button. We have it for you right there.